I'm gonna get flagged. Let's go to this NFT, Sean.
Oh my God, no.
Yes.
You've been on this, man.
Okay.
Look, go sell as many
No.
NFTs as you can, man.
Okay. Hold on. Cause I feel
Yeah.
like I think I don't know. Okay, so give me your opinion on NFTs.
Well, like I told you before, I mean, dude, if people just got money to throw away at something like that, I don't see any reason why it's a horrible thing to not just let them, Like you're not selling out. You're not taking someone's money. Someone is willing to spend this on an NFT of you or whatever it may be. It could be even a meme, like
Okay.
funny pictures online have been sold. But actually whole videos have been sold as NFTs. Like the what was it? The Charlie Bit My Finger video on YouTube. It was like one of the oldest YouTube videos ever was sold as an NFT, and it actually went to a good cause. I think the dude's mom was having an operation and they didn't have money for it, so they sold it as an NFT, and then they got to pay for it.
Okay.
So there is some good coming from it.
Okay, so you tell me, because I feel like you said this was dumb.
I mean,
So-
at the core, it's ridiculous.
But listen, okay, so I'm looking at the meaning right now. Okay, the meaning says an NFT, in essence, is a collectible digital asset which holds value as a form of crypto or as a form of art and culture. Much like art is valued by the holdings investment, so are the NFTs. So
I mean, that makes sense. It's a
Yeah.
sound definition.
yeah, I think because okay, where this comes from, I was like, yeah, but I say something about making you an NFT or something like that. I think it said something like buying a picture of Sean and making it an NFT, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, that's dumb. Like, that's never-
I mean, because
But see, okay, because why I say that is I've been talking to the artists about creating NFTs from their art, right?
Mhm.
I think, if anything, it should be initiative to create a bigger online platform or profile, so it's worth something in 2080 or 2060, whatever.
Sure. I mean, and it costs nothing to sell, because you're the one selling it.
Right. So I
'Cause
mean,
you've already done it.
for me, honestly, dude, it feels like trap money. Like,
Yeah, it
like,
is.
like if I get a pack of socks and I'd be like, yo, Michael Jordan wore these socks in the last game that he played with the Bulls. They're
Somebody
like,
would buy it.
yo, how much is it worth? Man, it's worth like 300,000.
Oh my God, man.
So
I mean, I
you-
bet. I don't doubt it.
But it don't make sense to you.
Well, okay, well that makes sense because people go fucking nuts over like celebrities and sport. Like, people like that. I mean, people eat that shit up. So of course anything is expensive if you have so many people coming after it,
Right.
If people fight over literally anything, everyone else will come to it and go, wow, that must be pretty important.
Yeah, that's true.
If
That's true.
they're
That's
trying to
true.
buy it.
Let me get a piece of that. That might be all right. Okay.
Exactly. I mean, even if you gave I don't know, like if you went into like a cage of monkeys, right, and you were holding a rock and you were acting like it's something amazing, I'm sure they'd come over to you and be like, well, dude, give it. What is it? Hey, what is that?
Yeah,
Come here,
that's
give it to me.
true.
And then and if you threw it in the cage, they'd all probably fight over it,
That's true. That's
Because
true.
you've made it like it's something rare, but it's not even.
But I guess, okay, this is a better question. Do you feel like at some point it will make sense? Like how people will place a dollar value to a non-tangible item. Do you think it will make sense at any point? Because I got one
You
idea.
mean digitally, right?
Digitally. Because I got
Because
like
that's-
maybe two ideas where it makes sense.
I'm sure in certain ways it will make sense. Like the thing I just said, where like they bought the video and they got to pay for something that was actually really important, and now someone out there owns a piece of history. I still think it's kind of silly because, like I said, if you unplug the internet, if the whole internet just goes dark, that is gone. It is gone forever.
Okay. Okay. If that's the case, if the internet goes black and is one person, is one.
Like say you're 80 years old and you're like, I used to own an NFT of this video, and your grandson's gonna go, the fuck is that? Like, you're not gonna. He's not gonna know. It's gonna be like, what's the point?
I think at some point it'll make sense. Like, for instance, the first code of Microsoft is not an actual. It's not a tangible thing, but
you own a code.
But it's exactly the first person that coded Microsoft, dude. That's billion. Well, not billions, but at least millions. Like,
but what do you do with it? Anybody can code. That's like saying you own a dance move, and if anyone else does that dance move, you have to pay them.
Yes, Michael Jackson moonwalk. Perfect example.
But you don't have to pay. That's free use.
Okay. So y'all, okay. Because I'm trying to honestly, I'm teetering.
It's so strange.
I'm teetering. Okay, I'm gonna tell you where I am. Where I am with the NFTs. I teeter back and forth with how you think. Cause on one side of my brain, I'm like, yo, that's dumb as hell. On the second half of my brain, I'm like, it makes perfect sense. Because I think, for instance, right, it's a few guys that's in the coaching arena, like myself, and my coaching might be $500, but the highest coaching that I've heard is $150,000.
God.
For coaching.
That better be some good information.
But for me, it's like, okay, it's not an actual tangible thing, but it is information.
No, but you get to learn that, and then you get to contribute that later on in your own endeavors.
So that makes sense to you.
So that adds to your, that builds you as a person. So you are getting something out of it. Hopefully you're getting something out of it. It would be a shame if they just told you the same damn thing you already knew.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay.
But that's a service, I would say. Like, if someone, that's the whole teach a man to fish versus giving him a fish, You teach a man to fish, he can feed his family. You just give him a fish, he's learned nothing, and he eats for one night.
Right. Okay. I could dig it. Let me see.
A random picture on Google Images.
No. But see, that makes sense too. Like, okay.
but that doesn't build you as a person. That doesn't add really to anything of value to your character. Like, no one's going to go, oh, hey, that guy owns a picture of a picture of Michael Jackson from 1982. The guy you're telling that to is going to go, how am I going to use that? Like,
but look,
I don't care that he has that.
Okay, but could you not see a person doing that though?
Of course.
Like, I could see,
because I think it's a funny little thing. It's kind of like a kid's game,
Right.
It doesn't really mean anything, and it has no actual value. People are just kind of, I don't know. It's because people throw money at anything for no reason.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you how I see this, how I see it being developed, and how it makes sense to me. All right, so you know how we got regular pawn shops, right? That you a brick and mortar that you walk into. You say, "Hey, I got this." The guy that works the pawn shop says, "Okay, no, this gold diamond, whatever, is worth $1,000," and they're basing that.
Yeah.
They're giving you that value based off of how much they can mark it up and how much you can, how much money you can put in your pocket and walk out the door. I easily see NFTs being like that in a digital world. So you have digital pawn shops, and y'all might, if y'all bastards take this before I do it, I'm gonna shoot you. But anyway, I can easily see a digital pawn shop, myself or yourself, say, I have this a picture of this Sega Genesis game, and right now online it says it's worth $500. how much would you trade me for this? And they say,
You know what?
you see?
I see exactly where you're going with this. Because this, and I now completely understand why they call it a crypto.
Exactly.
Because the only reason a crypto works is if everyone gives a shit about it.
Exactly.
If no one gave a shit about Bitcoin and no one cared to buy it,
exactly,
it wouldn't be Bitcoin.
Exactly.
So if no one else had NFTs and you were the only one, people go, okay, great, dude, that's dumb.
Exactly.
But the fact that everyone's getting NFTs and trading them like you were talking about, like Yu-Gi-Oh cards or some shit, you know, like, then it has value, and then you can sell it for real world money.
Exactly.
If the market is still there. But if there's no market and you own some like dumbass picture on Google that anybody can go look up,
then
I just feel like you're not going to get shit for it.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing.
So,
but I
guess I get that.
At some point,
it's only if people play along, because Bitcoin, you can have a certain number of Bitcoin. When you own an NFT, I guess that's the only one. So it's not like you can. It's not. Okay. It is a crypto. It's a weird crypto, but it's not the same as like a cryptocurrency.
Okay. So let's develop this then. Let's develop it. If all of this stuff that's going on now, whether it's with the vax, whether it's with, I know people talk about the chip, the mark of the beast, all that stuff. I'm not getting into the religious stuff, but let's just say the main source of income and finances, there is no paper money, right?
Yeah.
There is an actual ledger that gives account to, okay, yeah, this week Sean has 3 Dogecoins in his account, and he has 10 Bitcoins.
Yeah.
And then everybody's on that same playing field. And they say, okay, well now this NFTs will officially be accepted as a trade for something.
But so I guess the only person that gives your NFT value is if you find someone to put value on it.
Right.
So it's kind of like an auction.
Right.
Not really a pawn shop that they make the price. You just present it, and then everyone fights over it if they think it's worth it.
But if it's enough of them, i.e., like you said with the digital, the Google, Google images and all that stuff. If it's enough originals of the same thing, now this group of people say, okay, now this picture of so and so is worth $100.
Yeah.
And if you sell this one to so and so, and now it's only 5 left, now the value of that picture is going up, even though it started
But how could there be 5 left if everyone in the world goes on Google and types in Sigourney Weaver and then all finds the same picture of Sigourney Weaver, and then they all download it? Now you have 8 billion pictures of Sigourney Weaver on every laptop. So like, what is? But so you can just it's like printing money.
Exactly, but then if you only have the first dollar printed, think about how much that's worth.
And then I guess somebody owns it.
You see what I'm saying? The first $5 bill, the first XYZ, it's multiple duplicates, but I think it's gonna get to the point where it's like, okay, you know how they have a mint penny 1940s is worth XYZ. If you have any of these, come trade them in and we'll give you $10 for it. I think that's what.
Oh, yeah. Well, we were talking about how you can technically, like a $2 bill,
right,
is worth more than probably $10.
Right. That don't mean it's only one $2 bill. Yeah,
you have that phenomenon of this bill that is literally worth $2, but the fact that it's rare, it is now worth over $10.
Exactly.
So that's really fucking weird.
Exactly. I think that's where it's going. Yeah. I think that's where we're going with it. And
we're getting so it's so bizarre. But I mean, if you know, like you said, if people give value to it, then it just inherently has value.
Exactly.
Well, I guess it's the same with think of a diamond. It's a rock. It's literally just a rock. You can't do anything with it. Exactly. But the fact that people give it value, well, that's actually just paper money.
Exactly.
Literally dollar bills. All you can do is burn them in a fire.
Exactly.
You know. I mean, that's what they did in Germany when the inflation was so bad after World War One. People were literally keeping their houses warm with dollar bills because they were worth nothing.
Exactly.
Because inflation got so bad that they were worth more than firewood.
Exactly.
Or firewood was worth more than money,
More than
so they
money.
were just burning it. Yeah.
And I think that's where we're going. I honestly feel like that's where we're going with it. So it's gonna be interesting. But y'all, okay, let me give you a clap.